Hello. So we're going to review here this essay. It's a short, brief essay for the FC exam. And the question is, what can language learners do to improve their fluency in English? Give reasons and examples to support your response. So this is the graphic organizer, and we have the thesis statement right here. And the thesis statement says there are two things that language learners can do to improve their fluency in English. What is the first thing they can do? Take English lessons with a private teacher. And the other thing that they can do is to go to the US and speak in English. So those are the two ideas this student is going to develop. This is the original introduction. If you do the count of the words, you have 34 words. And you can see that there's a hook. Like nowadays, many language learners want to speak English fluently. Yeah, that's awesome. Then the thesis statement is here. There are two things that language learners can do to improve their fluency in English. Great. So this thesis statement is telling us what his 2 points are going to be. This hook is kind of like getting the reader's attention so that the reader can feel motivated to read the following paragraphs. However, here in the background information, we have something that is called a fragment. This is a fragment. What is a fragment? A fragment is an incomplete sentence, so to speak. So it's a group of words that do not, this group of words does not convey any clear meaning. So if there's no meaning, there's no sentence. If there's no sentence, there's a fragment. And that is what happens here. Look at this. You have a connector here. Even though they do not know how to do that, and that's it. So this has to be corrected. All right. So here you can put something different. Like, for example, nowadays many language learners want to speak English fluently. Even though they don't know how to do that, they do not give up. Do not give up so that they can reach their goals, for example, can reach their professional professional and academic goals. All right. Yeah, now we don't have a fragment. We have a compound sentence, and this sentence has two clauses. It has a dependent clause, which is this one, and it also has an independent clause. Now you don't have a fragment. So be careful when writing a paragraph. You don't want to make this mistake. You don't want to make or have fragments in your introductions or in your sentences in general. This is the first thing in 59 words, and there has to be a topic sentence here. Do we see the topic sentence? I think we do. It says, the first thing a language learner can do to improve their English is taking English lessons with a private teacher. Very nice. This looks to be a very good, simple, nice, straightforward sentence. You know what the paragraph is about by just looking at that introductory sentence. That is the topic sentence. So the topic sentence tells you what the whole paragraph is going to be about. So it's very important to have a clear, direct, straightforward sentence. And that is what we find here, right? The first thing a language learner can do to improve their English, yeah, some people would say his or her English, but their English is fine, is taking English lessons with a private teacher. You can also do it the other way around, right? You can start by the gerund here using the present participle, and you say taking English lessons with a private teacher is the first thing a language learner can do to improve their English or his or her English. That is what some people would prefer to say. Then all the other sentences that you see here are connected to that topic sentence. English teachers are often more capable than language institutes. This is because English teachers focus on their own students and teach them one by one. Furthermore, private English teachers can be available at any moment if it is necessary. You see? So I believe these two sentences or these three sentences are giving more information about the topic sentence. So I consider that this is a very simple, well structured paragraph. Then the other one has 64 words. And let's see what the second topic sentence is. The second thing language learners can do to improve their English is going to the US and speak English with the local people. This is nice. However, we have a problem with a parallelism. What is the problem? If you are using ing here and you have and here, the verb that follows and also has to be in ing. Yeah, going and speaking, going and speaking English with the local people there. So look, this structure is not like this one. Here you are starting with ing, right? And you have your verb to be here, and then you're saying the first thing. So you can play, let's say, you can change the order of the words in your sentence in such a way that you have the feeling that you are not copying the same patterns from the previous paragraph to the second one. So it's a good idea to change the order of the words, okay, so that you have a different feeling when reading the second paragraph. Then language learners can improve their vocabulary and expressions by talking to them. Okay. They could okay, this is a correction. You cannot put also here because if you go to the Longman dictionary, you're going to see that also shouldn't be used at the beginning of a sentence when you are writing an academic paragraph. So it's better to put it right there. All right. That's why we have made that change. They could also imitate and copy the way they talk. This will help language learners because they will improve their abilities of communication with people that speak English as their native language. Here, abilities are of communication. I would say their communication skills. All right. And there's something else here. Look, we have day here. You also have day here. Then you have there here. And you have them here. And all of these words, the question is, what do they refer to? Okay, here you have this. The second thing language learners, look at this. You have language learners there, can do is to improve their English. Sorry, the second thing language learners can do to improve their English is going to the US and speaking English with local people. So you have local people. Aha. Language learners. All right, this is green. Okay. Local people is, I would put it like this, can improve their vocabulary. Yeah, this there, let's say, is green, right? And expressions by talking to them. Yeah, what do you mean by them? Mhm. Yeah, do you mean purple? Do you mean green? Do you mean local people? Do you mean language learners? Language learners. Unfortunately, the local people is too far away from them. So it can be confusing for some to understand what you mean by them. Maybe by them, you mean expressions. Yeah, this is a noun in plural, right? But you don't mean expressions. Maybe you mean language learners. Okay, this phrase is closer to them than local people. So to avoid this problem and to avoid confusions, it's a good idea to paraphrase key phrases, key words, um, so that confusion is avoided. So in this case, you can say something like language learners can improve their vocabulary and expressions by talking to native speakers of English in the US. You see? So now it is clear that all of this is not green. It's purple. right? Purple. Yes, okay, I will change it to another color. Maybe light blue. Yes, and I will put it here in light blue here. So that's something we have to be very careful with. They, now, what do you mean by they? They could also imitate and copy the way they, you have two days here. So what color is this day? Wait, I know that this day should be light blue and that this day should be green. Yes, and I understand that because I have quite some experience reading and correcting paragraphs. But as the author of your paragraph, it is your job to make it easy for the person reading your text to do so. Okay, so it may be confusing for some to decode these two they. So what do you mean by they, the green one? What do you mean by they, the light blue one? So again, paraphrase the key phrases. Here you're talking about language learners. Here you have language learners again. So here you don't want to say language learners. Maybe you can say English students. And now it's clear that it's green, right? Could also imitate and copy the way Americans, you see, talk. Mhm. So now there's no confusion, right? This will help language learners. We have language learners again. So we want to add some variety. So we will have to change this phrase again, right? So we have three language learners here because they will improve their communication skills with people that speak English as their native language. Yes, this day is clear. It is clear that that day is green. No? All right, so you have to go over this again and make sure that you're not repeating the very same phrases several times and that your subject pronouns they or your object pronouns them or your possessive pronouns or possessive adjectives sorry there all of them shouldn't be creating confusion, okay, while reading. Next, this is your conclusion. So let's see how many words we have here in this conclusion. We have 83 words. Okay, that this seems to be a long conclusion. Words 83. We are not correcting every single thing we find here. We are focusing on organization mainly. All right. Okay, so here we have a table, and these are the comments. And let's paste this here, and it says to sum up. Okay, you have your closing phrase. The first thing language learners can do to improve their fluency in English is taking lessons with a private teacher. This is because private teachers can have the time and are capable to teach them. The second thing is to travel to US and try to speak with the local people. This will help you to improve your abilities and improve your vocabulary. If you follow these tips, you will speak English fluently and communicate with others without any problem. All right. So first of all, remember after your closing statement or closing phrase, I should say, you need the thesis statement there again, but in different words. So make sure you have this here. First, your thesis statement. Then you can have your summary. All of this is your summary. Okay, in my opinion, this summary is too long. Look at how many words you have in this summary. You have 51 words. 51 words in the summary. That is almost the same length here, almost, because this paragraph is 59 words. And just the summary has more than 50 words. So I would only say here, okay, to sum up, language learners can do two things, two practical things, two things, can do two things, two things to improve their fluency in English. Um, I wouldn't say the first, the second, you don't need that anymore because you have already developed that. Here you just have to mention that the 2 points you are developing, or you have been developing in this essay. So what can you say here? You can say something like, for example, one moment, a private teacher, teacher, and visiting the U.S. I know it can. This can be more. We can make a nicer sentence, but let's go simple. A private teacher and visiting the U.S. can help a lot. That is a summary. No, that is a summary. Okay, and private teachers, if you want, I wouldn't add more information about it. No, I wouldn't add. Private teachers can give personalized personalized help. No more. Look at this summary. Look, just 6 or 5 words. Uh-huh. Natives can give us. Yeah, I should be using can provide us with good speech samples. Okay. Yeah, look, this is long. Now, how many words did you have in this summary? In my opinion, this is too long. 24. You see, 24 words against 50 something. So in my opinion, we don't need this anymore. Okay, I wouldn't add this. All right. That's cool. And I'm sorry, I'm missing here private teachers. Okay, good. Now, this will help you to improve your abilities and improve your vocabulary. If you follow, yeah, we don't need this anymore. Okay, if you follow these tips, you will speak English fluently and communicate with others without any problem or problems. Yeah. Now, my question is, here, let's see who you're talking to. Here, you're saying something like they, many language learners. So you're not talking to me here. Then you have they. Then you have they again. There are two things that language learners, again, they, and look, this is the second time that language learners appears in this paragraph, so that's not good. Taking lessons with a prior is the first thing, language learner, again, language learner, we want to change that. English teachers are often more capable, yeah, teachers, and you're not talking to me, you see. So here you also have they, language learners, language students there. But here, all of a sudden, we have included you. Yeah, natives can provide us with good. Yeah, if you, yeah, you see. So, um, you shouldn't be using you here, right? You know you, because you are not talking to me. In the introduction, you're not talking to me. You are talking about people. So you want to follow the very same pattern, the very same structure in every single paragraph that you write. So that's a piece of advice that you may believe that can help you improve your skills in writing. So those are some tips that will help you. So I would change this. No, I wouldn't say you. I would say something like students, English students, English learners, or language learners, but we have been overusing this one, right? Okay, so in conclusion, make sure that your topic sentence or your introduction has a hook, background information, and a thesis statement, right? Then each topic sentence in your body paragraphs, each of them has to be connected to the thesis statement, all right? And then what else have we learned? Make sure you don't repeat the same phrases many times. Oh, okay. And if you are using subject pronouns, object pronouns, and possessive adjectives, make sure that it's clear what they refer to. All right. And in your conclusion, don't make it too long. Make sure you have a closing phrase then a summary of your thesis statement, sorry, a paraphrasing of your thesis statement, a summary of your bodies, and some ideas that can move your reader to act. Well, you don't have to use you here if you haven't been doing so during the whole um, your whole writing. All right. So those are some things that I hope can help you out. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video.